Live from Oslund Field at Mount Hood Community College, this is Gresham GreyWolves Baseball, presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. Now for the play-by-play, here's Alex Yavarski.
We are live on the campus of Mount Hood Community College, Oslund Field to be exact. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm your play-by-play host tonight, Alex Yavarski. You can follow us all season long right here on Gresham GreyWolves Live, as we will have a live stream right here on this website for every game. And welcome in tonight, your Gresham GreyWolves, trying to finish out this two-game set between the Thurston County Senators tonight. Gresham got a victory in last night's game after the Thurston County Senators rally was held off in the latter innings by your Gresham GreyWolves. And unlike last night, we're going to introduce you to our starting lineups here tonight, and the Thurston County Senators will pick up the bats first tonight. So let's introduce you to their starting lineup. Elijah Collins once again will lead things off tonight for the Senators. In left field, Jordan Ackerman. In center field tonight for the Senators, Jordan Peabody batting third tonight. Batting cleanup tonight for the Senators, it will be Jeremiah Crawford also playing first base. Jarius Richards playing shortstop tonight for the Senators, followed by Mitch Johnson, Ryan Connor, Merritt Miles, and Mason Stoudemire finishing out the lineup for your Thurston County Senators tonight. On defense for your GreyWolves, we will have Kason Cunningham as your starting pitcher tonight. A little bit about Kason Cunningham. He is a left-handed pitcher with a 6-foot, 195-pound frame, freshman from Eugene, Oregon. He is currently playing baseball at Linfield College right in McMinnville, Oregon, as he will get the start tonight for the GreyWolves. And Andy is leading the troops out on the field right now as we get set for the national anthem. We'll take a break and let you folks listen in live to this national anthem.
Performing Arts Academy, the GreyWolves welcome Gabrielle Preciano to the Oslund Field. Please join Gabrielle in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proofs to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Beautiful job there singing the national anthem as we are almost set for first pitch now. We already introduced you to the Thurston County Senators lineup, so let's get you introduced to the defensive players for your GreyWolves tonight. Like we said, Kason Cunningham will get the start, the left-handed pitcher tonight. Catching him will be Ben Klink behind the plate. He traveled all the way from Lincoln, Nebraska, where he plays Big Ten ball during the school year. At first base tonight for your Grey Wolves, Drew Curtis. Jordan Barkis will be at second base. Mark Mumper playing short. Michael Breen at third. And all Ryans in the outfield tonight. Your outfield from left to right, Ryan Rodriguez, Ryan Smith, and Ryan Glasner over there in right field tonight. So like we said, the Gresham Grey Wolves here tonight. This is game 2 of a 2-game set this weekend between your Gresham Grey Wolves and the Thurston County Senators. Gresham winning last night's game 4-2 right here at Oslund Field as they try to finish off the set here tonight. And what an event we'll have for you. A very hot one here, 95 degrees. The temperature right now at Oslund Field. It's not so bad in the shade, but once you get out in that sunlight, it can really start to heat up in a hurry. So another great crowd on hand for us tonight here at Oslund Field as these folks cheer on their Grey Wolves. The Grey Wolves, the newest member of the West Coast League. Very fortunate to be joining such a prestige league. 11 teams in that league and teams all throughout the state of Oregon and Washington, as we are very excited to be traveling with the Grey Wolves this season. So Cason Cunningham takes the field now as he will get all set to warm up on the bump tonight. As we mentioned, Cason Cunningham, a lefty from Linfield College, the oldest active player on this Gresham Grey Wolves roster. Cason is a former Marine, so after he finished up with high school, he did enroll in active duty for the Marines, born in 1992. So he is 23 years of age, and he'll get the start tonight for the Grey Wolves. The Grey Wolves in their black uniforms here tonight. Very sharp unis out there. They've got the gray tops with the white pants and the gold socks, looking very nice out there on the field today. It's shade covers pretty much the whole entire infield right now. As the outfield, you've still got quite a bit of sun out there. As Cunningham still warming up out there on the mound. Tonight, your Thurston County Senators in the red, white, and blue uniforms. The navy blue tops with the silver numbers on the back. White pants and red socks tonight for the Senators. As we are almost set for first pitch here at Oslund Field, we'll take a quick break, and hopefully when we get back, we'll be all set for pitch number 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are listening to Gresham Grey Wolves Baseball.
Bum-ba-dum-dum, da-dum-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Welcome back to Oslund Field. We are officially underway here as Elijah Collins leads things off for the Senators. Swings at that pitch, a chopper over to the second baseman, Jordan Barkis, who scoops it up, throws it over to Drew Curtis for out number 1 here. That will bring Jordan Ackerman up to the plate now for your Thurston County Senators. So Cason Cunningham, a nice job here early on as he's got a unique delivery on his pitches. He lifts that leg a little higher than most pitchers you will see. As Ackerman awaits the first pitch, he lays that one down. That one's bunted, and the second baseman, Jordan Barkis, slips on the infield grass, unable to come up with it cleanly as Elijah Collins slides into second base safely, and Jordan Ackerman over there at first. So the first 2 guys reach base safely here for the Senators, and Cason Cunningham in a little bit of a jam with nobody out here in the first inning. Top half of the first, still scoreless here at Oslund Field. And that will bring Jordan Peabody the second baseman up to the plate now for the Thurston County Senators. Leads by both runners over there on first and second base as Case and Cunningham, the windup, the delivery, another bunt attempt. That one gets down in fair territory. Case and Cunningham over to pick it up. Not in time to make a play, so now the first three hitters for the Thurston County Senators on base safely. So the base is loaded, and that brings the cleanup hitter Jeremiah Crawford up to the plate now for the Senators. Crawford playing first base today for Thurston County. And the catcher, Ben Klink, out to talk with his teammate Kaysen Cunningham, trying to get him settled down as the bases are loaded here in the top half of the first inning. Still nobody out as Jeremiah Crawford steps up to the plate now for Thurston County, trying to get the Senators on the board here early, as they didn't score until the 8th inning here a night ago. The pitch from Cunningham, that one's fouled back and out of play down the right field line. Another beautiful night here for baseball at Oslund Field tonight. Trees align the outfield behind the fence out there, 330 to right field, 330 to left field as well. Lights still off here. And the pitch from Cunningham, that one's fouled back to the fence here in front of the press box at Oslund Field. So 0-2 the count now to the cleanup hitter for the Senators, Jeremiah Crawford. Cunningham, the starting pitcher tonight for your Gresham GreyWolves, grew up in Eugene, Oregon. His favorite team, the Seattle Mariners. He says his favorite player to watch is Felix Hernandez, as that pitch swung on and missed by Jeremiah Crawford as he sits down on strikes, and one away here now in the top half of the first inning. So Kaysen Cunningham still trying to work himself out of a jam. The Senators already with 3 hits here tonight. It's been a sloppy defensive outing here already in this top half of the first for the Grey Wolves, struggling to find their footing out there on the infield grass. Here's the first pitch now to Jarius Richards. Richards playing shortstop tonight for your Senators, wearing number 3. That first pitch fails to find any piece of the strike zone, 1-0. Cunningham with 3 pitches he throws primarily. You're gonna see a lot of fastballs out of Cunningham. He can also switch it up and go off speed with a curve and a slider, as that one looks like a fastball on the outside half of the plate. It's gonna be a ball. Kirk Ordway behind the plate tonight calling balls and strike, and his counterpart Mike Lehman, the 2 umpires tonight. And here's the 2-0 pitch from Kaysen Cunningham. That one's looked at down and outside. So that'll bring the count to 3-0 now with 1 away here in the top half of the first inning. We're still scoreless at Oslund Field, but the bases are loaded in the top half of the first. It is Jarius Richards at the plate. And here's the 3-0 offering. That one swung on and hit right up the middle in between the second baseman and shortstop. That'll bring 1 runner home safely. The second runner tagged out in time. What a throw by the outfielder. It looked like Ryan Smith out there in center field with a rifle to home plate, and the tag is applied in time by the catcher, Ben Klink. So now runners on first and second with 2 out here in the top half of the first inning. And that'll bring up Mitch Johnson, the catcher tonight for your Thurston County Senators. Last night was the Gresham GreyWolves' first game, so you got to imagine you'll see a little bit of play from Jordan Barkus and his lineup early on. You know, these are guys from all different colleges, so you have to imagine he'll want to play around as that first pitch is called strike 1. Mitch Johnson watched that one go by him, but yeah, like I was saying, Jordan Barkus, you got to imagine that he's going to play around with his lineup, see what he feels comfortable with. Not all the Gresham GreyWolves have arrived here yet. Some still playing with their respective schools, as that pitch is fouled back and out of play down the left field line. 0-2 the count now. Thurston County on top of Gresham, 1-0. We're here in the top half of the first inning. Cason Cunningham has already given up 4 hits and 1 earned run. Here's the 0-2 offering. That one, a fastball steaming high and outside, as Cunningham really struggling to find the strike zone here early on. And once again, Ben Clank will step back from behind the plate and go chat with his pitcher on the bump. 1-2 the count, 2 outs here, top half of the first inning. Thurston County leads the Gresham GreyWolves 1-0. As Mitch Johnson awaits the pitch from Cunningham. Cunningham, the windup, the delivery, that was an off-speed pitch. Started off at the top half of the plate, broke down more towards the hands of Mitch Johnson there, as he was able to make contact, but that one in foul territory. So the count still 1-2 with 2 away. As Cunningham all set for the pitch. Here's the windup, the delivery to Johnson. There's a breaking ball that starts in. Looked like it was going to hit Mitch Johnson, but it curved back inside, called strike 3. So after a bit of a jam from Cason Cunningham, he gets himself out with just giving up 1 run. 1-0 your score after the top half of the first inning of play. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Gresham GreyWolves Baseball.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Attention parents and kids. The GreyWolves coaches and players will be conducting a baseball camp from July 20th through July 22nd for players ages 5 through 16 at Mount Hood Community College. Your young ball players will receive outstanding instruction in pitching, hitting, infield, outfield, base running, and much more. The cost is just $45 per camper. For more information on the camp, log on to GreshamGreyWolves.com and go to camp registration. Learn from the very best ball players. They're Gresham GreyWolves.
Welcome back to Oslund Field. The Thurston County Senators on top of your Gresham GreyWolves 1-0 as we enter the bottom half of the first inning. And your lineup, as we'll introduce you to your GreyWolves lineup tonight, leading things off will be Mark Mumper playing shortstop. Michael Breen hitting in the 2-hole, followed by Drew Curtis. Nick Schneider batting cleanup tonight for your GreyWolves. Ryan Rodriguez was in the 3-hole last night. He'll be batting 5 tonight for Gresham. Ryan Glasner batting 6th. Ryan Smith batting 7th. Ben Klink batting 8th. And rounding things off for your GreyWolves lineup, Jordan Barkis hitting in that 9 slot tonight, playing second base. Defensively for the Senators, it'll be Ryan Eddy, the righty, getting the start tonight on the mound for the Senators. Jeremiah Crawford playing first base, Peabody at second, Jarris Richards at short, Ryan Connor at left. The outfield from left to right, Elijah Collins, Jordan Ackerman, Mason Stoudemire, as Mark Mumper awaits the first offering from Ryan Eddy, and he pates that one on the bottom half of the strike zone, in there for a strike. As Mumper watches that one go by. Mark Mumper, your leadoff hitter tonight for your Gresham GreyWolves. Not the biggest guy, but boy, when he gets contact with his wood bat, that thing can really fly out there to the outfield. I watched him here a few days ago taking batting practice. He got a shot out there, hit to center field. I honestly thought it was going to be hit for a home run, but that one's got down at the warning track. The 1-1 delivery to Mark Mumper as he swings that one and fouls it back to the fence here in front of the press box here at Oslund Field. The count now 1-2. As Ryan Eddy awaits the sign from his catcher. And here's the 1-2 pitch. That one misses outside. Another fastball That's going to bring the count now to 2-2 for Mark Mumper. Mumper playing shortstop tonight. Mumper, a 5'11", 165-pound freshman from Grand Canyon University, awaits the 2-2 delivery. Swings at that one. A chopper right over to the second baseman, Jordan Peabody, who scoops it up. The throw over to first base in time, one away. So 1 up, 1 down here in this bottom half of the second inning. Thurston County on top of Gresham, 1-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning. And after Mumper grounds out to the second baseman, that will bring up the third baseman, Michael Breen, now batting in the 2 slot tonight for the Grey Wolves. As that pitch is in the dirt, looked like a fastball. The count 1-0 now to Michael Breen. Michael Breen from Hollister, California, currently attends San Jose State, as he rips that fastball right over to the shortstop, who fields it cleanly, and the throw over to first base again in time. So now 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. And that will bring the 3-hole hitter Drew Curtis up to the plate now.
Southern Illinois, number 21, Drew Curtis.
Drew Curtis, 6'6", 215-pound sophomore from Southern Illinois in Carbondale. Originally from Illinois, as he watches that first pitch fastball in there for a strike. He swung at that one, failed to make any contact. The count now 0-1 with 2 away here in the bottom half of the second inning. Thurston County on top of your Gresham GreyWolves, 1-0 early on, as they loaded the bases in the top half of the first inning. That fastball misses just outside, and Drew Curtis will watch that one go by him. The count now even at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 offering. That one in the dirt. Bounces around on the dirt and off the helmet of Mitch Johnson, the catcher, as he finally gets control of that baseball and throws it back to his pitcher. The sun's starting to set here at Oslund Field. Still no lights out there in the outfield, but beautiful scenery nonetheless. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one swung on down the left field line. Looked like it was going to go and be a fair ball for just a second, but that one squirted foul. Looked like it might have hit a bump on the infield before going into foul territory. The count now 2-2. So Drew Curtis joining us all the way from Illinois, the Midwest. One of the many players on this active Grey Wolves roster. He gets a hold of that one. That one's going to be a base hit down there in center field, as your first base runner tonight for the Grey Wolves is Drew Curtis. So Drew Curtis on base over there at first base safely with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. And that will bring Nick Schneider up to the plate now, the designated hitter for your Grey Wolves. Nick Snyder currently attends Western Oregon. His hometown, West Hills, California, as he watches that first pitch go by him. Failed to find any part of the zone, so 1-0 the count now, 2 away here in the inning. Curtis with a hefty lead over there at first base. The offering from Eddie, a chopper right over to the third baseman, Ryan Connor, who scoops it up. The throw over to first base in time, so the score still 1-0 Thurston County over the Grey Wolves after 1 inning of play. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Gresham GreyWolves Baseball.
Still looking for a gift for Father's Day? Well, the Gresham GreyWolves have the perfect gift for Dad. Spend your weekends at the ballpark. Our 5-game packs offer the perfect bundle of baseball and summer entertainment to get you out to 5 Grey Wolves games. Packs start as low as $50. For more information, visit our website at GreshamGreyWolves.com or call 503-428-5248.
Turn a double play with the Gresham GreyWolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham GreyWolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham GreyWolves will be a howling time.
1-0 your score after 1 inning of play. Thurston County on top of Gresham. And your batters this inning for the Thurston County Senators leading off this inning will be Ryan Connor, followed by Jarrett Miles and Mason Stoudemire. As Kaysen Cunningham will take the mound again in this top half of the second inning after struggling there in the first inning. The bases were loaded at one point before Cunningham got himself out of a jam, but not before he gave up that one run. A little help from his outfielder, Ryan Smith, with a nice throw in center field to gun down the runner at home plate. That pitch from Cunningham right down the middle. 0-2 now the count to Ryan Connor. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Gresham defeated Thurston County 4-2 here yesterday as that pitch is swung on by Connor, a fair ball down the right field line. As the first baseman, Drew Curtis, scoops it up, steps on the bag, one away here in the top half of the second inning. And that will bring Jarrett Miles, the designated hitter for Thurston County, up to the plate now. Gresham still has not gotten all their players on their roster here yet. Some of their players still playing with their respective schools. The three-hole hitter from UC Santa Barbara, Josh Adams, joined to set the team after the NCAA tournament concludes. As that pitch from Kaysen Cunningham, a breaking ball, started out in the middle half of the plate, ended down near the knees of Jarrett Miles. 1-1 the count now. As Cunningham really starting to work into a groove here. That pitch misses upstairs. 2-1 now the count to Jarrett Miles. But it looks like Cunningham starting to find a rhythm as he is not taking much time in between pitches. That pitch swung on and missed. Looked like Miles got a piece of it though, so he'll stay alive. The count 2-2 with one away here in the top half of the second inning. Thurston County on top of Gresham 1-0. That pitch swung on. A chopper hit right back to the catcher. They're going to call it in fair territory as Clank makes the throw over to first base. 2 outs now in the inning. And that will bring the 9-hole hitter Mason Stoudemire up to the plate now for the Senators. Stoudemire wearing number 13. That first pitch to Stoudemire misses high and outside from Cunningham. 1-0 the count. On deck, the leadoff hitter Elijah Collins for Thurston County. This pitch from Cunningham, a breaking pitch which fails to find any piece of the strike zone, so Mason Stoudemire finds himself ahead in the count here early, 2-0. And the 2-0 offering from Cunningham. The windup, the delivery, that one's in there for a strike. 2-1 the count now. That a fastball right down the heart of the plate. The 2-1 pitch from Cunningham. Another fastball right down the center. 2-2. As Stoudemire found himself ahead in the count, now even at 2-2. And there's a breaking pitch from Kaysen Cunningham. That one ends up in the dirt, so the count now runs to full for Mason Stoudemire. The wind was blowing here early on, but it seems to have died down here, not playing much of a factor at all here tonight at Oslund Field. And the 3-2 pitch from Cunningham. There's a fastball. That one misses the zone. Another pitch high and outside as Cunningham really struggling to find his command here early on. Walks Mason Stoudemire with 2 outs here in the inning. And that will bring the leadoff hitter Elijah Collins back up to the plate now for the Senators. He reached base safely back in the first inning. Swings at that one, a chopper over to the third baseman who can't field it cleanly. And now Stoudemire heading over to third base, and he will get there safely. And Elijah Collins safe now at second base. So runners now at second and third, 2 runners in scoring position now with 2 out here in the top half of the second inning, and the Senators once again threatening as Jordan Ackerman will come up to bat now for his second time tonight. Ackerman reached base safely back in the first inning. As Gresham finds themselves down 1-0 here early. Case and Cunningham, the wind and the delivery. There's a fastball right down the center part of the plate as Jordan Ackerman watches that pitch go right by him. 0-1 the count. And it was a scorcher here today in Gresham, Oregon, as the 0-1 delivery from Cunningham, and once again that pitch misses way upstairs. Count now 1-1. It looks like Cunningham not following through all the way on his delivery when he tries to throw that curveball. It doesn't look to get much of a break on it as that curveball swung on and missed for strike 2. 2 outs here, top half of the second inning. Thurston County Senators lead the Gresham GreyWolves 1-0 after getting their one and only run back in the top half of the first. And Case and Cunningham set for delivery. That pitch in the dirt as Jordan Ackerman will run to first base, but the catcher, Ben Klenke, throws it over to first base in time. The Senators strand 2 runners at second and third base. So the score after 1.5 innings of play, still Thurston County 1, Gresham nothing. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to Gresham GreyWolves Baseball.
Attention parents and kids. The GreyWolves coaches and players will be conducting a baseball camp from July 20th through July 22nd for players ages 5 through 16 at Mount Hood Community College. Your young ball players will receive outstanding instruction in pitching, hitting, infield, outfield, base running, and much more. The cost is just $45 per camper. For more information on the camp, log on to GreshamGreyWolves.com and go to camp registration. Learn from the very best ball players. Here at Gresham GreyWolves.
Still looking for a gift for Father's Day? Well, the Gresham GreyWolves have the perfect gift for Dad. Spend your weekends at the ballpark. Our 5-game packs offer the perfect bundle of baseball and summer entertainment to get you out to 5 GreyWolves games. Packs start as low as $50. For more information, visit our website at GreshamGreyWolves.com or call 503-428-5248.
Back here at Oslund Field, the Thurston County Senators lead your Gresham GreyWolves 1-0. We're here in the bottom half of the second inning as the GreyWolves try to get some offense going now. Ryan Rodriguez will lead things off in this bottom half of the second inning for your GreyWolves. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Rodriguez was in the 3-hole last night as Coach Barkus shifts him down 2 slots in the lineup here tonight. The first pitch from Eddie, a fastball, looked like it was upstairs, but the home plate umpire going to call that one a strike. 0-1 the count now to Rodriguez. Rodriguez in left field tonight, where he was at first base last night for the GreyWolves, as he watches the 0-1 delivery, another fastball in there for a strike, as Ryan Eddy seems to have gotten himself into a groove here early. The 0-2 pitch from Ryan Eddy, that one swung on, hit right back up the middle, a base hit for Ryan Rodriguez, and the GreyWolves have the leadoff batter on base. just what they were looking for as they find themselves down 1-0 here to the Senators, bottom half of the second inning. And Rodriguez now at first base safely. That'll bring Ryan Glasner, the right fielder, up to the plate now for the Grey Wolves. Glasner, a 6'1" junior from Colfax, California, currently attending San Diego State University, as he steps in the batter's box for the first time here tonight. Trying to advance the runner at first. The lights are now on here at Oslund Field on the campus of Mount Hood Community College, as Glasner awaits the pitch. That one swung on in a pop-up into left field, left center, as Elijah Collins there under it to make the catch. One away here in the bottom half of the second inning. Ryan Rodriguez stays at first, as that one was hit into shallow left field. Not much of a chance for the runner to advance. And that'll bring Ryan Smith up to the plate now for the Gresham GreyWolves. Ryan Smith in center field tonight. Also attending Southern Illinois University. So a couple cats from Carbondale, Illinois, traveling out here to Oregon to play some summer baseball, and why not? As that pitch is in there, swung on and missed. Strike one. As Ryan Smith awaits the 0-1 offering. Ryan Eddy, the starting pitcher for the Senators tonight, doesn't work too fast, takes quite a bit of time in between pitches, as that 0-1 offering, a breaking ball, a slider that started off in the middle half of the plate, ended up down near the outer half, down near the dirt. So the count now 1-1. As Ryan Smith awaits the offering. There's the 1-1, a fastball in the dirt, and Rodriguez is going to advance to second, and he'll head on over to third. The throw not in time, as he will slide into third base safely. That was a fastball in the dirt. Got past the catcher, but it didn't look like the catcher seemed to be too aware, as Rodriguez took a look at where the baseball was once he got to second base, saw no one had it yet, said, why not head on over to third? So a runner now at third base with only one away here in the bottom half of the second inning, and a perfect opportunity for the Grey Wolves to tie this game up. As Ryan Smith looking for his first RBI on the season. That one's a line shot into left field, a dive by Elijah Collins, who can't make the catch, and that one's going to get back to the ivy. And one run will come across home plate to score, so we are all knotted up here on a one-out double by Ryan Smith. So Ryan Smith, first RBI as a Gresham Grey Wolf, will bring Ben Klinke up to the plate now for your Gresham Grey Wolves. Klinke currently attending Nebraska, the University of Nebraska in Omaha. Batting in the 8th slot tonight for your Gresham Grey Wolves. So Thurston County got ahead early on, scoring a run in the top half of the first inning. And it didn't take too long for the Grey Wolves to tie it up here in the bottom half of the second inning. We're all even at 1. As Klinke at the plate. And a balk there by the pitcher, Ryan Eddy, as he looked like he was going to start his delivery, saw the guy at second base taking off, and kind of stopped halfway through his delivery. Not something you see too often, but nonetheless, the base runner will head on over to third base with only one out here in the inning. A swing and a miss there from Ben Klinke, as another fastball from Ryan Eddy. Ryan Eddy, you're primarily going to get fastballs from him. He can go off speed. He's got a slider and a changeup that he can throw as well. As the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball, a chopper over to the second baseman, who can't field it in time, and another runner is going to come across to score for the Grey Wolves. So the Grey Wolves now on top 2-1, as that was Jordan Peabody out there. He fielded it cleanly, but didn't even attempt to make a throw to first base, so that will bring Jordan Barkis up to the plate now for the first time tonight for your Gresham Grey Wolves. Jordan Barkis batting in the 9th slot tonight. A sophomore from Kaiser, Oregon, currently attending Lower Columbia College in Longview, Washington, as he gets the start tonight at second base. As the runner takes off at first base, there's a pop-up into left field. Elijah Collins under it to make the catch, as the runner will have to get back to first base, and he cannot get there in time, so a fly out, throw him out, double play. Nice throw there by Elijah Collins, but not before the Grey Wolves get two to take the lead. 2-1 your score. Gresham on top of Thurston County after 2 innings of play. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're listening to Gresham Grey Wolves baseball.
Turn a double play with the Gresham GreyWolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham GreyWolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham GreyWolves will be a howling time.
Don't miss out on all the actions in the inaugural season of your Gresham GreyWolves. Join us at Mount Hood Community College for 6 straight games starting Monday night, June 6th through Saturday night, June 11th. All games start at 7:05 p.m. For tickets, call 503-428-5248. That's 503-428-5248. Or visit us online at GreshamGreyWolves.com.
Turn a double play with the Gresham GreyWolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham GreyWolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham GreyWolves will be a howling time.
Welcome back to Oslund Field. I'm Alex Yavarski, getting set for the top half of the 3rd inning, and a pitching change for the Gresham Grey Wolves. Now into the game is Drew Martin Cohn out of Clackamas Community College, and this is something we've seen here early on from the Grey Wolves. Their starter gets 2 innings to pitch before being taken out of the ball game, and that just goes to show you how confident head coach Jordan Barkis is in his staff, rotating pitchers in and out throughout the game. So trying to save the arms here early on in the season, as well as get a few guys some more experience out there on the bump. Leading things off this inning for the Senators, that first pitch from Martin Cohn misses the zone just downstairs. So 1-0 the count now. That pitch, a fastball right down the center part of the plate. 1-1 the count now, as the sun still continues to set. Shade covers the infield, but you've still got some sunlight out there in the outfield, stretching from left into right. That pitch swung on and ripped down the left field line, fouling out of play. So 1-2 the count now. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, not all of Gresham's players here with the team yet. They've still got a few guys playing in the NCAA tournament, and I'm sure we will be excited to have them here with us whenever their respective seasons is over. As that pitch swung on and fouled out of play. Hey fans, you can get your Gresham Grey Wolves tickets by visiting GreshamGreyWolves.com or by calling 503-428-5248. If you purchase tickets before game day, you can save big, so reserve your tickets today. That pitch swung on, not fielded cleanly by the third baseman, Wow, what an interesting turn of events. That was a chopper over to the third baseman. Looked like Michael Breen tried to scoop it, bounced out of his glove into the second baseman, Mark Mumper's glove, who tried to make the throw over to first. Not in time, so the batter at first base safely, and that will bring Jeremiah Crawford up to the plate now for his second time tonight. Still nobody out here in the top half of the third inning. 2-1, Gresham leads Thurston County. But Thurston County threatening here with a runner on first base. Still nobody out. That first pitch in there for a strike as Jeremiah Crawford watches that fastball go right down the center part of the plate. As Martin Cohn will check the runner over there at first base. The throw not in time. No tag attempt even put on by Drew Curtis over there at first base. 0-1 the count to Crawford as he awaits the offering. The runner will go. The throw over to second base. The tag not in time, so a stolen base credited to Jordan Peabody, the second baseman for your Senators, and now a runner in scoring position. Still nobody out here in the top half of the third inning. Thurston County grabbed the lead early on. Top half of the first inning they were on the board, and it didn't take long for the Gresham GreyWolves to come fighting back, adding 2 runs of their own in the bottom half of the second inning. Here's the first pitch from Martin Cohn, there's the offering, another fastball into Crawford as Crawford watches that pitch go by him. Looked like it was low and outside. Here's the pitch from Cohn, another fastball. That one misses way up high. As Ben Clank had to stand up out of his catching stance to go up and get that one. The count now even at 2-2. Still nobody out. Runner on second base for the Senators. That breaking ball almost hit the batter there, Jordan Crawford, as he had to back up out of the way of that one. And that'll run the count now to full. Payoff pitch, that one swung on by Crawford. The runner at second base is going to hold. The throw from the shortstop over to first base in time. First out of the inning, recorded by Mark Mumper, who's really got a nice arm over there at second base. One of the more consistent pieces we've seen on this GreyWolves roster in the early part of the season. And that will bring Jarius Richards back up to the plate now for the Senators. He grounded out back in the first inning as he watches pitch number 1, a breaking ball, paint the outer edge, called strike 1. 2-1, Gresham GreyWolves lead the Thurston County Senators. We're here in the top half of the third inning. 1 out, runner on second base. And it is Jarius Richards up at bat now for the Senators. The windup, here's the 1-1 pitch to Richards. That one swung on, a chopper over to the first baseman, who flips it to Drew Martin Cohn, who steps on the bag over there at first base. 2 away now in the inning. The runner did advance over there to third base. And that now brings up Mitch Johnson, the catcher for the Senators, with 2 away here in the inning. We've seen some really good pitching here early on by the Gresham GreyWolves. It was Gabe Benavides who got the start last night, throwing 2 scoreless innings, as that fastball in the dirt there by Drew Martin Cohn. Nice job by the catcher, Ben Clank, keeping that ball in front of him, as there is a runner at third. If that one gets by him and hits the backstop, you never know. This game could be knotted up at 2 apiece. Here's the 1-0 offering from Martin Cohn. There's a line shot. That one's going to get down there, fair ball in right field, as Ryan Glasner there trying to throw that one back into second base. A double, 2-out double there. And that one will tie this game up 2 apiece.
Coming to the plate, number 8, Ryan Connor.
So Mitch Johnson with the RBI, and he ties this game up. That'll bring Ryan Connor, the third baseman for the Senators, back up to the plate now for his second time tonight. So an eventful first couple of innings here as that first pitch fastball swung on and hit foul down the left field line, backing out of play. Clear blue skies tonight here at the ballpark. Here's the 0-1 delivery from Martin Cohn, as that breaking ball didn't get much of a break on it in near the hands of the batter, who is Ryan Connor. Lance Baker, the head coach for the Thurston County Senators, does a nice job with his club. Seems to have his guys very relaxed and loose out there while playing. As Jarrett Miles is on deck for the Senators. Game tied at 2-2. We are here in the top half of the third inning. As the 1-1 offering is swung on and once again fouled down the left field line, backing out of play. So 1-2 the count now, as Drew Martin Cohn tries to get himself out of a jam here this inning. Runner at second base, 2 away here in the inning. And here's the 1-2 offering. That one a breaking ball that started out on the middle third part of the plate. Got some nice break down near the dirt. Got the hitter to swing and miss. So the Senators did add a run to tie things up there in the top half of the third inning. So we're all knotted at 2-2 as we will take a break. Don't go anywhere, fans. You are listening to Gresham GreyWolves Baseball.
Don't miss out on all the actions in the inaugural season of your Gresham GreyWolves. Join us at Mount Hood Community College for 6 straight games starting Monday night, June 6th through Saturday night, June 11th. All games start at 7:05 p.m. For tickets, call 503-428-5248. That's 503-428-5248. Or visit us online at GreshamGreyWolves.com.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
We're all tied up at 2 apiece here at Oslund Field as Mark Mumper gets set to lead things off this inning for the Gresham GreyWolves here to start the bottom of the third inning. It's still Ryan Eddy on the mound for the Thurston County Senators. That first pitch, a fastball, misses outside. 1-0 the count now to Mark Mumper. Mumper watches that fastball find the zone. That'll knot up the count even at 1-1 now. So this inning batting for your Gresham GreyWolves, it'll be Mark Mumper, Michael Breen, and Drew Curtis in this bottom half of the third, as Mumper takes a healthy cut at that one, fails to make any contact. 1-2 the count now. Mumper out of Grand Canyon University. Few guys on this GreyWolves roster from Grand Canyon. As that pitch finds its way back to the fence here in front of the press box. Count now even at 2-2. Two to 2 your score here in the bottom half of the third inning. Nobody out, nobody on for your Gresham GreyWolves. Check swing there by Mumper as that one in near the hands, and that'll bring the count now to full. Mumper looked like he wanted to swing at that one and checked his swing just at the last minute as that one in near his hands almost hit him. Here's the payoff pitch. That one swung on and fouled back here near the fence. And we'll do it again. So this game number 2 of 2 on a 2-game weekend set here between your Gresham GreyWolves and Thurston County Senators. Gresham defeating Thurston County 4-2 here last night. The payoff pitch, that one misses outside, and Mark Mumper will take first base after a leadoff walk. If you are looking for something fun to do on Father's Day, look no further. Dad will have a howl of a good time by bringing him out to a Gresham GreyWolves game. This year, Father's Day is Sunday, June 19th, with first pitch scheduled for 5:05 p.m. To add to the fun, Rally the mascot will be at the GreyWolves game to entertain Dad and the whole family, so go to GreshamGreyWolves.com for tickets today. Michael Breen now up to bat for the Gresham GreyWolves. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the third inning. Mark Mumper over there on first base. 1-0 the count now to Breen. Here's the 1-0 offering from Ryan Eddy as the runner from first base goes. Mumper going to slide into second base safely as the throw not in time from Mitch Johnson. So a runner now in scoring position. Still nobody out here in the bottom half of the third inning. Thurston County got on the board first. They scored a run in the first inning. Didn't take long for the GreyWolves to take the lead, adding 2 runs in the bottom half of the second inning, and the Senators tied it up in the top half of the third. And that's where we're at now, knotted up at 2 apiece as that breaking ball stays up high. 3-0 the count now to Michael Breen, who is playing third base tonight for the GreyWolves. Michael Breen, 6 foot, 190-pound junior from San Jose State, watches the 3-0 pitch miss downstairs, so a 4-pitch walk will put runners at first and second base for the 3-hole hitter, Drew Curtis. So Drew Curtis with a chance to reclaim the lead here for the Gresham GreyWolves, but not before a meeting at the mound between some of the Thurston County Senators as they at least try to talk this one over. Jarris Richards, Ryan Eddy, and Mitch Johnson, the 3 who met out there at the mound for the Senators. As this a critical point in the ball game, you know. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the third inning. 2 runners on for the Gresham GreyWolves. Thurston County trying to keep those runners off the board. Drew Curtis watches that fastball miss, and that one gets away from the catcher, so both runners for the GreyWolves will advance. Now runners on second and third, still no outs here in the bottom of the third. And that looked like more of a pass ball than anything as Mitch Johnson let that pitch get out of his glove, and then he started looking all around as he couldn't find the ball. When he finally did, both runners had already advanced. When you look behind the fence out there in the outfield, it's all pine trees out there, but I was talking to the head coach for Mount Hood Community College's baseball team. He said 60 years ago or so, when this field was created, there were no trees back there behind the fence, and you could see Mount St. Helen. What a beautiful view that must be. If you leave the press box here right behind us and look down the right field line, you've got a clear shot of Mount Hood. One of the prettier sights of scenery that you will see. As Drew Curtis steps back up in the batter's box, trying to break this one open. Drew Curtis hits that one, high fly ball to deep left field. Elijah Collins back at the track, and that one is out of here. Drew Curtis, a 3-run shot, puts the Grey Wolves on top 5-2. So just like that, the Gresham Grey Wolves back out on top 5-2 after that 3-run blast by the first baseman Drew Curtis as he was inserted into the 3 slot, and now we see Coach Jordan Barkis's decision paying dividends here as the Grey Wolves back out on top. Still nobody out here in the 3rd inning. And that will bring Nick Schneider, the designated hitter, up to the plate now for the Grey Wolves as he watches that fastball that looked to be inside, actually called strike 1.
Now batting number 34, Nick Snyder.
So Nick Snyder batting cleanup tonight for your Grey Wolves. That breaking pitch looked like a curveball, started out near the inner 3rd half of the plate and broke to the outer 3rd. 0-2 the count now to Drew Curtis. That fastball in the dirt gets away from the catcher, Mitch Johnson, as he'll ask the home plate umpire for a new ball. Umpire grants his request, and he throws that one back to his pitcher, Ryan Eddy, who will wind up and deliver the 0-2 offering. That one misses outside, the 1-2 offering, which will now bring the count to even at 2-2. So Drew Curtis just moments ago broke this game wide open with a 3-run blast to deep left center field. That breaking ball doesn't get the break that Ryan Eddy wanted it to get. Count now full 3-2. Base is empty here at Oslund Field. Still nobody out. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Gresham on top 5-2 over the Senators. That pitch swung on and missed. No contact made, so the first out recorded here as Ryan Eddy sends Nick Schneider down on strikes. And that will bring Ryan Rodriguez, the left fielder, up to the plate now for the Gresham Grey Wolves. And here's a guy who really stood out to me the first time I ever got a chance to watch him play ball. You know, we were out here watching him take BP just a few nights ago, and here's a guy who, when he makes contact, look out as he watches that first pitch fastball low and outside, ball 1. Rodriguez with very solid form up there at the plate as he awaits the 1-0 offering from Ryan Eddy. Swings at that one. That one's fouled back to the fence. You gotta wonder how the wood bat compared to the metal bat will affect these players here playing college summer ball. You know, they're so used to playing with their schools with that metal bat. When you come and play summer ball, switch to the wood bat, you have to assume that they might be a little bit behind with their swing. As Rodriguez awaits the 1-1 offering, that one swung on and hit. That one's going to get down out there in right field just over the glove of Jeremiah Crawford over there at first base. And a single for Ryan Rodriguez as he reaches base safely with 1 out. And that will bring Ryan Glasner up to the plate once again for the Gresham Grey Wolves. Ryan Glasner, a 6', 185-pound junior out of Colfax. Gresham on top of Thurston County 5-2 here. We're in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. 1 out, runner on first base for the Grey Wolves. As Glasner watched that first pitch, didn't get any piece of the strike zone, so 1-0 the count now to Glasner. And Ryan Eddy will check the runner, Rodriguez, over there at first base, who gets back in time. No tag. Here's the 1-0 offering from Ryan Eddy. Runner will go, and that one is going to get down safely out there in right field, just out of the reach of the glove of Jordan Peabody over there at second base. And Glasner reaches base safely, a 1-out single. And that will bring Ryan Smith up to the plate now once again for the Grey Wolves. Ryan Smith looking to add some insurance runs here in this bottom half of the third inning. And once again, a meeting out there at the mound for the Thurston County Senators. So things starting to get away this inning for the Senators. It was all tied up going into this bottom half of the third inning. And that's when Drew Curtis, the first baseman tonight for your Grey Wolves, hit a 3-run shot to deep left center field into the pine trees. The first home run we've seen all season here at Oslund Field. So put Drew Curtis in the record books. Another good crowd on hand here tonight for game number 2 out of a 2-game set here this weekend between the Grey Wolves and the Senators. As Ryan Eddy out there on the mound, all set to face the next batter. His delivery, a fastball swung on, and that one's going to be hit in fair territory down the left field line. And another runner will come across home plate to score for the Grey Wolves. It's Ryan Rodriguez extending the lead now 6-2. Gresham on top of Thurston County. And a nice line shot there by Ryan Smith. And that brings Ben Klink up to the plate now. So the Grey Wolves really breaking things open here in this bottom half of the third inning. All started out with that 3-run blast by Drew Curtis just moments ago. Still only 1 out in the inning. Runners on second and third for the Grey Wolves as Gresham on top 6-2 here, bottom half of the third inning. Fans, we'd like to remind you to follow the Gresham GreyWolves on social media. That pitch misses low and outside. For all of the latest news and a peek behind the scenes at Oslund Field, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Search for Gresham GreyWolves on Facebook and follow at Gresham GreyWolves on Twitter and Instagram. That breaking pitch in the dirt as Ben Clanky watches that one go by him. 3-0 now the count. Here's the 3-0 pitch, a fastball right down the heart of the plate. 3-1 now the count to Jordan to Ben Klink, I'm sorry. Grey Wolves 6 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. Meanwhile, Thurston County 2 runs on 5 hits, and that pitch misses the zone, so Ben Klink will head on over to first base, and the bases are now loaded with only 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. Grey Wolves still threatening. And head coach for the Thurston County Senators, Lance Baker, will head out to the mound, and this might be all we see here tonight for Ryan Eddy, as it looks like we will have a pitching change. Ryan Eddy's line still not over, as 3 of his runners are still out there on the base path, but nonetheless we will take a break. Don't go anywhere. Gresham on top 6-2. We've got a big pitcher's change in action.
You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust. and all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum ba dum bum bum bum.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
So a pitching change here at Oslund Field. Ryan Eddy threw 2 1/3, gave up 6 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors by the Gresham GreyWolves. So now a pitching change for your Thurston County Senators as they try to escape the jam here in the bottom half of the third. The bases are loaded for the GreyWolves. And it's Mark Mumper who will be up to bat. Or excuse me, Jordan Barkis up to bat with the bases loaded here and only 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. Jordan Barkis, son of head coach Justin Barkis, as he gets the start tonight at second base.
Number 5, Jordan Barkis.
So after the GreyWolves get done here tonight, they'll have the day off tomorrow, and they'll have a 3-game set starting Monday with the Cowlitz Black Bears in the West Coast League. That first pitch swung on and hit high in the air to deep left field. And Elijah Collins under it to make the catch, 2 away. Runners will all stay put, so the bag still packed with GreyWolves here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 outs now. GreyWolves still lead 6-2 over the Senators. It was all tied up heading into this bottom half of the third inning, but that's when Drew Curtis broke this game open with a 3-run blast to deep left center field for the first home run in GreyWolves history. Number 16 now out on the mound for the Senators. Trying to leave the bases loaded. Here's the 0-1 offering. Mumper swings on that one. There's a line shot. That one's going to get down out there near the track. Elijah Collins is going to hold his hands up and say that one's lost in the ivy, as all 3 base runners for the GreyWolves come around to score, and we'll wait for the call from the umps. You know, I'm very familiar with this calling with this ivy. The one other park, the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field have ivy out there along their wall, and whenever the ball gets stuck, that's exactly what you'll see. The outfielder put his hands up there in the outfield, let the umps know that they can't find the ball. It's stuck in the ivy. And most of the time, they'll have the runners go back to the base that they were on. And that's exactly what'll happen. They'll put a runner back on third base for the GreyWolves, so the GreyWolves now have runners on second and third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning, but 2 more runners did come in to score for the GreyWolves as they now lead it. Their lead over the Thurston County Senators is now 8-2. And Michael Breen steps back up to the plate now, as he watched that breaking ball hit the dirt. 1-0 the count. Michael Breen playing third base tonight for the Gray Wolves, trying to add to this Gresham lead here in the bottom of the third inning as they lead the Senators 8-2. And the offering to Breen as he swings that one, popped up high in the air to left field. Elijah Collins under it to make the catch. And 3 outs now recorded for the Thurston County Senators, but now before the Gray Wolves add 6 runs of their own and take a 8-2 lead, we're through 3 innings of play. When we come back, it'll be my counterpart, Evan Giddings, joining you guys for the next 3 innings of play before I round things out in the final 3 innings. Don't go anywhere, folks. You are listening to Gresham Gray Wolves Baseball.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Parents and kids, the Gray Wolves coaches and players will be conducting a baseball camp from July 20th through July 22nd for players ages 5 through 16 at Mount Hood Community College. Your young ball players will receive outstanding instruction in pitching, hitting, infield, outfield, base running, and much more. The cost is just $45 per camper. For more information on the camp, log on to GreshamGreyWolves.com and go to camp registration. Learn from the very best ball players here at Gresham GreyWolves.
And so we come to you back now in the top half of the 4th inning after the Gresham GreyWolves put up a 6 spot here on the Thurston County Senators at their home field, the Mountain Hood Community College, looking to possibly get a nice 2-game sweep to begin this season as they start off the season a twin set against these Thurston County Senators. Again, 6 runs put up in the bottom half of that 3rd inning. We'll get those to you in just a moment and how that happened. But now, due up to the plate for the Senators, it is the big Jeremiah Crawford, the designated hitter tonight, as he takes a fastball outside 1-0. Jarrett Miles to the plate, the designated hitter tonight. He's 0 for 1. Struck out in a 2-2 count back in the 2nd. As the pitcher now has his sign, that big right-hander. Fastball misses high, 2-0. And so Martin Cohn back out on the mound for his 2nd inning of work, will likely be his last, as that is how the Gray Wolves have chosen to attack these games from a pitching standpoint. 2-0 pitch on the way, chopped on foul, back off the screen. Now 2 balls and 1 strike here to Miles. In the game yesterday, the Gray Wolves chose to staff it kind of 2 innings at a time. So a total of 5 pitchers pitched. As a breaking ball here from Martin Cohn, just missed his inside, 3-1. Thought he got it over the inside edge, but couldn't quite bend it back far enough. So Martin Cohn with his sign. 3-1 pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, tapped off the plate there. Quickly picked it up, did Clanky, but the home plate umpire, Kirk Ordway, ruled it foul, so the count runs full. It was Gabe Benavides, the starting pitcher yesterday for the Gray Wolves. I believe got his first win, as this one popped up back. A play on it does Clanky, and he will not be able to get it as it bounces off the backstop right there, the top of the screen. Almost had a play on it. This catcher's displayed quite a bit of athleticism here today, behind the plate and with the bat in the field. So the count remains full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Jarrett Miles. After him, it'll be the 9-hitter, Mason Stottlemyre, before turning it over to the top of the lineup, and Elijah Collins. So now the payoff pitch on the way from Martin Cohn. Fastball outside corner, ring him up. Strike 3 called, and Jarrett Miles is down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. Went down swinging in the 1st inning to the Gray Wolves starter, Kaysen Cunningham. A left-hander, and now getting a backwards K from a righty in Drew Martin Cohn. That's Cohn's 2nd strikeout of the night, as he struck out Ryan Connor to end the top half of the 3rd inning. That's another first pitch on the way here to Stottlemyre. There's a curveball that bends too far inside, misses. 1-0. Stottlemyre reached on a walk in the 2nd. As the second pitch on the way, chopped over to the right side, playable for the second baseman. He has it on to first base in time. As Jordan Barkus on to Drew Curtis for the second out. 2 quick outs here for Martin Cohn in the second inning of work.
Now batting for the Thurston County
A good
Senators,
pitch low and away. And a 1-0 count. Looked like he might have changed speeds on him and used a changeup that time. And an opportune moment in a 1-0 count. Sotomayor, as the 9-hole hitter, expecting a lot of fastballs, did not see that change of speed coming in. Rolled over for an easy out. That's now Elijah Collins. He's first pitch swinging over to the left side. The third baseman cannot have it. Picks it up onto first base in time. He juggled it, did Michael Breen. He's had some trouble over there at the hot corner so far today and got a tough short hop, but corralled it and went to first base, and a nice stretch over there by Drew Curtis to get the speedy Elijah Collins. So a 1-2-3 inning here for Drew Martin Cohn as he gets a strikeout and a couple of groundouts, 4-3 and 5-3, as we'll take a quick commercial break here at Oslund Field on your Grey Wolves live YouTube channel. I'm Emmett Giddings. Don't go anywhere.
Still looking for a gift for Father's Day? Well, the Gresham GreyWolves have the perfect gift for Dad. Spend your weekends at the ballpark. Our 5-game packs offer the perfect bundle of baseball and summer entertainment to get you out to 5 GreyWolves games. Packs start as low as $50. For more information, visit our website at GreshamGreyWolves.com or call 503-428-5248.
Turn a double play with the Gresham GreyWolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham GreyWolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham GreyWolves will be a howling time.
And so now we return to action here at Oslund Field in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The Gresham GreyWolves fresh off of a 6-run spurt in the previous inning in the 3rd. Starting it off was the leadoff hitter, Mark Mumper. In fact, the GreyWolves batted 11 in that inning, walked, eventually came around to score on a 3-run home run, the first from the GreyWolves, as Drew Curtis belted one out to left center field. Drew figuring his back out on the mound for the Thurston County Senators. He finished that last inning as the starter Ryan Eddy could not complete it, and starts Drew Curtis off the man with a 3-run bomb here in that last inning with a breaking ball outside. Now working fast. Fastball popped up, shallow center field, playable there for Jordan Aikman, and he has it. 1 out here in this bottom half of the 4th. So it was Drew Curtis who cleared the bases with those 3-run towering blasts to left center. Then Ryan Rodriguez started off again a single, followed by a couple of base hits. Ryan Glasner single over to the right side before Ryan Smith split the gap out in left center field with a booming double, bringing home Rodriguez. As now it is Nick Snyder to the plate, takes a hack and fouls this one off the catcher's mask. 0-1. And then after Smith doubled, it was Ben Klenke. He walked to reach first before Mark Mumper, a 2-out, 2 RBI double out to right center field. That brought in Smith and Glasner to complete the 6-run inning and give the Gresham GreyWolves now their 8-2 lead. They've had 9 hits tonight to the Thurston County Senators 5, although have made a couple errors as this breaking ball bends in low. A good eye there by Snyder, 1-1. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out to the third baseman in the first before striking out in the 3rd. In fact, just one of 2 Gresham GreyWolves tonight without a hit as this one runs low and in. Ball 2. Snyder along with Barkus, the only members on this Gresham team tonight without a base hit. And looking to get in that category right here. As a pitch on the way, popped up. Looks playable for the catcher. Doesn't have a beat on it, does Mitch Johnson, and it will drop as it barely got out of the reach of him. He got back to the backstop after finding it, kind of hesitated at first. I don't think he read it clearly off the bat and that it was getting to the backstop, then had to rush there. In fact, almost a dangerous play as he kind of crashed into the fence. Nonetheless, was unable to come up with the play, and that evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. And so Nick Snyder here, possibly with a second life, trying to make it count, will the Grey Wolves designated hitter, as he steps back in the box and prepares to face Drew Fagerness, who now has his sign. Kicks and fires. Big curveball flared out into center field, and it will not fall as Jordan Ackerman had a beat on it. I thought that one might have had enough to fall. But Ackerman, a good first step, got the read, and got the second out of the inning. So a low line drive there caught by the center fielder, and that's quickly 2 outs here for the Grey Wolves. They put up runs in the last 2 innings. They had 6, obviously, in the bottom of the third, but plated 2 originally to tie this game in the second. They were down at one point as the Senators took the lead early on in the first. Were able to take advantage of a couple of infield's hits. As Ryan Rodriguez sprays this one through the right side, that's going to get into right field for his 3rd hit of the ball game. Stay hot, Ryan Rodriguez, as he is now 3 for 3. In fact, all singles coming to that right side. His first hit in the second was right through that 4-hole in between the first baseman and the second baseman. And this one is as well. So Ryan Rodriguez really flashing his ability to not only hit the long ball, as we've seen him do in batting practice multiple times, but also just shorten up, drive that ball to right field, and do what his team needs him to do, which is get on base. So now it'll be Ryan Glasner to the plate. He's first pitch swinging, hits this one hard out to center field. Ekman with a beat on it, playable, and he makes the catch. A nice over-the-shoulder catch there from Ekman out in center field to retire the side, as the Grey Wolves managed to go quietly here in this bottom of the 4th. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Here at Oslund Field, the Grey Wolves lead 8-2 on your Grey Wolves live feed. I'm Evan Giddings. Don't go anywhere.
Don't miss out on all the actions in the inaugural season of your Gresham GreyWolves. Join us at Mount Hood Community College for 6 straight games starting Monday night, June 6th through Saturday night, June 11th. All games start at 7:05 p.m. For tickets, call 503-428-5248. That's 503-428-5248. Or visit us online at GreshamGreyWolves.com.
It's a howling good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham GreyWolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
And so now to the top half of this 5th inning here at Oslund Field. As true to form, it is a new pitcher out there on the mound for the Gresham Grey Wolves. It will be a tall and lanky left-hander and Carter Buke, 6'2", 170-pound sophomore, right from Hillsboro, Oregon, so a native of this Oregon State and out of Linfield College over in McMinnville. I actually competed against him his last couple seasons as he was a reliever out of the bullpen. Now Linfield in the Northwest Conference, excuse me, as he is just about finished with his warm-up pitches. An interesting delivery from the tall left-hander, as he kind of has a high leg kick, almost Juan Marichal-ish like from the left side, and definitely uses it to deceive hitters. The first ones he will face tonight will be the leadoff hitter Jordan Ackman, followed by Jordan Peabody and Jeremiah Crawford. And so Ackman will step into the box. He's 1 for 2 on the night, as he singled an infield single in the first. That was a part of those flurry of infield singles, kind of fluke hits, if you will, as this fastball runs a bit high, now 1-0. They scored in the first after Elijah Collins, in similar form to what he did last night, bounced one over the pitcher to the right side. No one could come up with the play, as Ackman takes a fastball in the outside corner for strike 1. After that, Ackman bounced one kind of in between the second baseman and the first baseman, as this one is chopped over to the left for strike 2. Also a new defensive replacement for the Gresham Grey Wolves. It will be number 24, Jack Bauer, a 5'8" freshman out of Vancouver, Washington, attended Lynn Benton Community College in Albany, Oregon. As the 1-2 pitch here, chopped and stabbed right there by Carter Book as he will flip it over to first base. A nice play from the left-hander, flashing some athleticism. That's something we've seen from this Gresham GreyWolf pitching staff so far in these first couple games, as he gets a couple of smiles from all of his infielders for making that nice play to get the first out of this inning. And so now that will bring the second baseman for the Senators, Jordan Peabody, to the plate. He's also 1 for 2, but has reached twice as he reached on an error back in the third and takes a curveball low in the dirt for ball 1. Scored the second run, in fact, of Thurston County's night as they trail by a 6-run advantage, 8-2. Reached on an error by the third baseman, Michael Breen, and then came around to score after a single as he chops this one. Slow roll to the shortstop. Has it in time on the first base. That's Mumper with the play. On to Drew Curtis. And a 6-3 put out. And a couple of quick outs right here for Buke. So one ground ball gets to do it himself. Another ground ball over to his shortstop as he's keeping the defense involved and doing a good job of attacking these Thurston County hitters right out of the bullpen. And so now it'll be Jeremiah Crawford to the plate as he takes a ball low and inside. Just missed off the edge that time, did Buke, and it's 1-0. Crawford's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out as he swings and laces this one up the middle. Backhand stopped there by the second baseman, Barkas, but it kicks away up the middle as Mark Mumper will have to pick it up, and it will likely go as an infield single. And it does for Jeremiah Crawford as he collects his first hit of the night.
Now up to bat for Thurston County.
Tough play right there for Barkas as he was ranging to his backhand side near the second base bag. Went into a slide and just couldn't come up with it. Fortunately, was able to keep it in the rim, denying Crawford the opportunity to extend to second base. As now Jarius Richards steps to the plate, takes a first pitch strike there from Buke. And I believe his first pitch strike, so a good sign right there. The lefty, maybe a couple of early jitters in the first 3 hitters, but now starting to find it as he bends a curveball in for strike 2. So quickly, no balls and 2 strikes here to Richards, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Had a single, the RBI single back in the first. That was up the box. 3-1 put out in the fourth as he takes a slider. Oh, Buke thought he might have had one as that one misses just off the outside edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to the Thurston County shortstop. Crawford, not a big lead over at first. And now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Gets off the dirt. Has it, does the new catcher Bauer. On to first base in time. And Buke collects his first strikeout as a Gresham GreyWolf to retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 run left on as we now head to the bottom half of the 5th inning here at Oslund Field. And the Gresham GreyWolves lead it 8-2.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Parents and kids, the GreyWolves coaches and players will be conducting a baseball camp from July 20th through July 22nd for players ages 5 through 16 at Mount Hood Community College. Your young ball players will receive outstanding instruction in pitching, hitting, infield, outfield, base running, and much more. The cost is just $45 per camper. For more information on the camp, log on to GreshamGreyWolves.com and go to camp registration. Learn from the very best ball players here at Gresham GreyWolves.
And so now Drew Fagrin is back out on the mound for his 3rd inning. Of course, came in back in that 4th to try and really stop the bleeding as the GreyWolves played at 6. Was able to get that last out from Michael Breen, got him to fly out to left field. But we'll now have to deal with the bottom of the order, which was able to do a lot of damage during that 6-run rally. It'll be Ryan Smith, followed by newly inserted catcher Jack Bauer, and then the bottom of the order in Jordan Barkas. It was Ryan Smith in the 3rd that had that booming double out to left center field. In fact, a couple of doubles here for the GreyWolves center fielder, getting his first opportunity And Shirley making a lot of it as he has split the gap multiple times, a couple of extra base hits and 2 RBIs. So Fagerness with the sign. First pitch on the way to Smith is a fastball that runs low, 1-0. If you're just joining us, the Grey Wolves lead 8-2 here at Oslund Field. Hold the hit advantage as well, 10-6. As the second pitch on the way is a fastball, nearly the identical spot, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes here to Smith. Fager just maybe trying to be a little careful with this right-hander, as we've seen him do a lot of damage here tonight. 2-0 pitch runs high, and it's quickly 3-0 here to the center fielder for Gresham. Action down in the Thurston County bullpen. Looks like a right-hander down there. Can't quite get the number, as the pitch on the way from Fagerness is a fastball that catches the outside edge. So he stays in the at-bat and clips a strike on the outside corner, 3-1. Jack Bauer awaiting on deck. As this one is chopped over to the left side, it'll be the third baseman Connor that has it on to first base in time, and there's 1 out. So Ryan Smith definitely going to be frustrated with himself after that at-bat. An opportunity with a 3-1 count to try and do some damage with the bat, but unfortunately couldn't come up with more than a slow ground ball over to the left side. So now it'll be number 24, Jack Bauer, to the plate, a 5'8" left-hander. Gresham GreyWolves have a few of those combinations of a lefty hitter with a righty thrower, as he takes a first pitch breaking ball outside, 1-0. And of course, with him being inserted on defense, that means Ben Klenke's day is done. 1 for 1 at the plate in 2 plate appearances, as Bauer lofts this one out to center field. It'll be Ackman with a beat on it, and he makes the catch. 2 outs. As I was saying, Klenke 1 for 1, had an RBI single in the second inning, walked in the third. Also on the defensive side, flashed his defensive prowess, throwing out a runner at second base and nearly making a spectacular play over along the away dugout side near this fence. So an opportunity for Ben Klenke to possibly earn a lot of playing time with the way he played tonight. As we have another pinch hitter here, looks like number 5, oh, no, that's Jordan Barkis, as he remains in the game and takes the first pitch strike here, 0-1. Along with Nick Snyder, the only Gresham GreyWolf without a hit tonight, as he sprays one a hard chopper right to the shortstop. Unfortunately, right to Jerry's Richards, and he goes on to first base to complete the 1-2-3 inning here for Fagerness. So doing a good job in these last couple innings of stifling this GreyWolf offense, which had seen so much success early on. And that will take us to the top half of the 7th. Again, Evan Giddings here, bringing you Gresham GreyWolf Baseball Live, and they lead it here 8-2.
Turn a double play with the Gresham GreyWolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham GreyWolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham GreyWolves will be a howling time.
Don't miss out on all the action from the inaugural season of your Gresham GreyWolves. Join us at Mount Hood Community College for 6 straight games starting Monday night, June 6th through Saturday night, June 11th. All games start at 7:05 p.m. For tickets, call 503-428-5248. That's 503-428-5248. Or visit us online at GreshamGreyWolves.com.
And so in this beginning of the 7th inning, or rather 6th inning, excuse me, as Carter Book will head out to the mound, back for his 2nd inning of work, and he will get Mitch Johnson, Ryan Connor, and Jarrett Miles near the bottom of the order, 6, 7, 8. Not a lot of hits coming from there tonight. In fact, just one, as Mitch Johnson doubled in his last at-bat, but besides that, the 1 for 8 from this bottom part of the order. Left-hander Carter Book had a relatively easy 5th inning, although did a lot of single up the middle to Jeremiah Crawford. Almost was nearly a spectacular play made by that second baseman Barkis. But besides that, a strikeout to end the inning, and Jarius Richards, and a couple of groundouts. So now the first pitch here takes it himself right back to the pitcher as Book will flip it over to first base, running all the way. And another 1-3 putout here is second of the day here for Book, and that's the first out of the inning. Had that nice reaching play out in the 5th inning to get Jordan Ackman. Had to stab at that one, but this one was a slow roller right to him. As now it'll be Ryan Connor to the plate. It takes a fastball high, 1-0. Still looking for his first hit, 0 for 2. Grounded out to the first baseman Drew Curtis unassisted back in the 3rd, and now takes a breaking ball in for strike 1. Also struck out in a 1-2 count back in the 3rd. As Book has his sign, that high kick and delivery, fastball, or rather a breaking ball looked like that time as it swung through it did Connor, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck would be Miles. He's got a couple strikeouts tonight. As this one, another comebacker, a 1-hop right to the glove of Book as he will run it over and overhand it to the first baseman Curtis, and 2 outs. So one way or the other, Carter Book doing it himself. Now 4 of the 6 outs, or 5 outs so far that he's recorded in this game have come from either his hand or his glove. As he's gotten 2 1-3 putouts here this inning, had 1 the previous inning, and also a strikeout to end the 5th. Speaking of strikeouts, Jared Miles, in fact, actually a pinch hitter in here for him as he takes a ball high and outside, 1-0. We'll get that name as soon as we can. And it looks like Drew Doslin as another comebacker. This one, a short chopper right on the brim of the infield, and Boot cannot come up with it. A little frustrated that time, as it'll likely go down as an error, E1 on Book, as he had an opportunity to come up with that one cleanly. But unfortunately, a base runner allowed, and that will bring Mason Stottlemyre to the plate. 0 for 1. Walk back in this 2nd. Grounded out to second base in the 4th as he takes a breaking ball outside low, and a nice play made there by Bauer to keep it in front. So 1-0. More action in the Grey Wolves bullpen as they continue to staff these first 2 games. Looks like number 15, Kyle Scott. As Book now has his sign, checks the runner. Fastball flared out to left field, will get out of play as it goes just over the shed down the left field line out near the batting cage. 1-1. Stottlemyre on the defensive side has seen a lot of action out there in right field as the Grey Wolves have been able to really pound the opposite way. This one, a ground ball up the middle, backhanded play almost made by Barkis. He knocks it down but cannot come up with it. Would have been able to possibly get the out at second base, but I'm just not sure, as that was going to be a difficult play either way. Nonetheless, is ruled an error. And that's a tough play going up the middle there, but nonetheless, E4 goes against Barkis, and Stottlemyre reaches first, with the runner now moving to second. So an opportunity here for the Thurston County Senators with Elijah Collins coming to the plate. An opportunity with 2 outs and a run in scoring position. Maybe try and make something happen here before this game gets out of hand. And so now Book calls time. We'll have his catcher, Bauer, come out and talk to him for a little bit. Maybe just trying to get on the same page, especially like I was saying in a situation where you're up 6, scores 8-2. Don't want to let Thurston County get any type of life, especially on the offensive side, because any type of spark could certainly change the momentum of this game, even being up 6 runs. That's now the first pitch on the way. Change of that time, bounce low in the dirt. Book a little frustrated with himself on that one, as it's 1-0 here to Collins. He's 1 for 3 on the evening. Scored the Thurston County's first run in the first inning, as he had himself an infield single. Reached on an error in the 2nd and grounded out to third base in the 4th. As he sprays this one over to the left side, has it as a shortstop. Mumper on to first base the easy way in time. And a nice play there to sit on that ground ball by Mumper and get Book out of this jam. So no runs, no hits, 2 errors, and 2 runners left on by Carter Book, as that will likely conclude his evening. And we will now go to the bottom half of this 6th inning here at Oslund Field, with the Gresham GreyWolves leading it 8-2.
It's a howling good time down at the Lucky Pint, where we have 30 rotating taps, happy hour all day on Sundays, fishbowl Fridays, or just come down and fill up a growler. The Lucky Pint is the home of Gresham GreyWolves, where we honor service members with a 20% discount every Monday. Check us out on Facebook to see our latest cocktails and craft beer list, and then come in and see for yourself what all the excitement is all about. Located at 1888 Northwest Fairview Parkway in Gresham, your locally owned place for craft beer and cocktails in Gresham.
Attention parents and kids. The GreyWolves coaches and players will be conducting a baseball camp from July 20th through July 22nd for players ages 5 through 16 at Mount Hood Community College. Your young ball players will receive outstanding instruction in pitching, hitting, infield, outfield, base running, and much more. The cost is just $45 per camper. For more information on the camp, log on to GreshamGreyWolves.com and go to camp registration. Learn from the very best ball players here at Gresham GreyWolves.
And so now leading things off here in this bottom of the 6th inning for the Gresham GreyWolves, it'll be the top of the lineup, Mark Mumper, Michael Breen, followed by Drew Curtis. If anyone should reach, it'll be the designated hitter, Nick Snyder, due to the plate. And so it looks like a new pitcher out on the mound there for the Thurston County Senators. Don't quite have a name on that. That's something we've really struggled with this whole series. The Senators not really providing us with a lot of information. But it looks like we do have a name there. Number 6. In fact, not on this roster either. So we'll have to just go with it as Mumper sprays one over the left side. A nice play made over there on the hot corner by Ryan Connor, and he throws on to first base in time to get Mumper one out. And so that does conclude Drew Fagerness' day. I thought he pitched pretty well, coming in a situation where the game was getting out of hand, if not already out of hand, with the GreyWolves being up 6 runs in that third inning, going up 8-2. Came in, got the last out of that inning, filling in for Ryan Eddy. Didn't allow any runs in these last 2 innings, and have really found a way to kind of stifle this GreyWolf offense that was so potent early on. And so now Michael Breen to the plate. He takes a ball inside. 1-0. Michael Breen came around to score in that third inning, walked, and moved over to second on a pass ball as this one almost clipped him that time. Thought that one might have got a part of his jersey. Nonetheless, runs the count to 2 balls and no strikes. And so now the 2-0 pitch on the way. Popped up shallow left field. Looks like it's going to be the shortstop, Jarius Richards, calling for it, and he does, and makes the catch for the second out of this inning. So a quick 2 outs here for the GreyWolves as they're trying to find some way to get out of this little funk they've had here in these last 3 innings. Their last hit coming in the 4th by Ryan Rodriguez. And I got to say, if there's a man to try and break him out of this slump, it could be the man coming to the plate right now, Drew Curtis, as he left the yard the very first time in the GreyWolves' inaugural season. Now to deep left center field. In fact, halfway up the trees over near the Gresham Ford sign, far above the ivy, and that one is certainly gone. As he takes a fastball inside off the plate here, 1-0. So 2 for 3 on the night as he singled in the first. Ground ball back up the middle as he takes a strike on the inside corner to even the count at 1-1. So a couple of hits, 3 RBIs here for the large first baseman for Gresham. As the pitch is now again inside, this time misses. And 2-1. They're really trying to bust Curtis in, not let his hands get extended, because as we saw back in the 3rd, a lot of loud things can happen when the ball travels over the middle of the plate. 2-0 pitch, fastball again runs inside as Curtis kind of bends out of the way of that one. And it's 3-1, a hitter's count. Sometimes the advantage of being such a potent offensive weapon is that they have to pitch around you. Sometimes you can get ahead in the count. 3-1 pitch, fastball that time on the outside corner, as Curtis checked his swing but didn't matter, and the count runs full. Good job there of switching sides of the plate. as number 15, Kyle Scott, continues to warm in the bullpen for the Gresham GreyWolves. So now the payoff pitch on the way. Popped up over to the right side. Giving chase is Mitch Johnson, and he will not have a play as this one barely gets out over to the right side of these bleachers as we see kids scatter along the side for it. Go ahead and get yourselves a souvenir. Nonetheless, the count does remain full as the 7th pitch will get set to come here to Curtis. It's now set at the belt, pitch and deliver. Fastball inside just missed, and a good eye there. A great take by Drew Curtis as he finds himself on base for the third time tonight. Maybe that's exactly what the GreyWolves need to kind of get out of this offensive rut they've been in for the last couple of innings. Just a way to force a base on balls. Not a lot of free passes handed out tonight by the Thurston County Senators, unlike last night where they handed out 7. It's now first pitch swinging is the designated hitter, Nick Snyder, as he chops this one off to the right side. 0-1. Snyder's 0 for 3 tonight. Grounded out to the third baseman in the first, struck out in the third. And a soft line drive to the center fielder in the fourth as he takes ball 1 off the edge here to even up the count. Trying to find some way to get on base to bring up that big slugger, Ryan Rodriguez. And he's got 3 hits tonight, and the way he's going, certainly looking for his 4th. Has a big swing and a miss there by Snyder out in front on what looked like a changeup that time, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And so Snyder's got to protect here in a 2-strike count. That big lumbering right-hander. This one is way outside, going to get past the catcher. As he tried to backhand that one, nothing he could really do there, as not only was it far outside, but spiked in the dirt and likely going to go as a wild pitch. And so that is confirmed a wild pitch, as Drew Curtis will move to second base, putting himself in scoring position with 2 outs. This was a situation we saw last night that favored the GreyWolves, as they were able to really take advantage of these type of situations, scoring all 4 of their runs with 2 outs. It's now calling time is this anonymous pitcher. And that's really something we'll try to get to you a little later on. Unfortunately, just not on the roster provided to us by the Senators. Nonetheless, pitch here on the way. Tapped off the plate and foul. And then Nick Snyder stays alive as the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Although his 0 for 3 has done a good job tonight, I think, of really seeing pitches, allowing and forcing pitchers to work. Forced a full count in the 3rd inning. Saw 5 pitches in the 4th. As he now swings over a changeup this time. Got him on a breaking ball low and inside, and that will end the threat. So the Gresham GreyWolves do not score. Leave 1 runner on in scoring position. And we will go to now the top of the 7th inning here at Oslund Field. They leave 8-2. Again, I'm Evan Giddings. I'll be replaced in these last 3 innings by my broadcast partner, Alex Yavarski. He'll take you on home, and it's been a pleasure as we give way here. Again, the Gresham GreyWolves lead at 8-2.
Still looking for a gift for Father's Day? Well, the Gresham GreyWolves have the perfect gift for Dad. Spend your weekends at the ballpark. Our 5-game packs offer the perfect bundle of baseball and summer entertainment to get you out to 5 GreyWolves games. Packs start as low as $50. For more information, visit our website at GreshamGreyWolves.com or call 503-428-5248.
Turn a double play with the Gresham GreyWolves this season by becoming a marketing partner. If you or someone you know who would like more information on how to become a marketing partner of the Gresham GreyWolves during their inaugural season, contact Derek Hargett at 503-890-8827 for more information. Again, that number is 503-890-8827. Your partnership with the Gresham GreyWolves will be a howling time.
Don't miss out on all the action from the inaugural season of your Gresham GreyWolves. Join us at Mount Hood Community College for 6 straight games starting Monday night, June 6th through Saturday night, June 11th. All games start at 7:05 p.m. For tickets, call 503-428-5248. That's 503-428-5248. 5248 or visit us online at GreshamGreyWolves.com.
Back to Oslund Field, Alex Yavarski back here with you, and after a scoreless middle 3 innings, we are all set for the 7th inning to start here. Gresham still on top of Thurston County, 8-2 here as we enter the top half of the 7th inning, and a pitching change now for your Gresham GreyWolves into the game. Now number 15, Kyle Scott, another lefty with a 6'1", 165-pound frame. He's a freshman from Holy Names in Oakland, California, as he fires that first pitch in there, fails to find any part of the zone. 1-0 the count now, as Thurston County trying to fight themselves back into this one. Leading things off this inning for Thurston County, it's Jordan Ackerman, the center fielder tonight for the Senators. And the 2-0 pitch now swung on, chopped over to the second baseman. It's Jordan Barkus who scoops it cleanly, and the throw over to first base in time. So 1 up, 1 down here in the top half of the 7th inning. All the excitement came in those first 3 innings. Thurston County getting on the board first. Didn't take them long as they got a run in the top half of the first inning. Gresham came back in the bottom of the second to score 2, but not before Thurston County tied it right back up in the 3rd inning. And a new batter steps in the box now for Thurston County. It's number 29, Jordan Peabody, who watches that breaking ball fall into the dirt. 1-0 the count now. Here's the 1-0 offering. There's a fastball in there for a called strike. That'll even the count now up at 1-1 with 1 away here in the top half of the 7th inning. The Gresham GreyWolves on top of Thurston County, 8-2 here in the top of the 7th. Bases are empty as that one's chopped. Fair ball over to the third baseman with a clean throw over to first in time. Tag applied, 2 down now in the inning, and that brings Jeremiah Crawford back up to the plate now for the Senators. And we've seen this pitching staff for Gresham, not only here tonight, but in these first 2 games, really excel. And we've seen a number of different pitchers go for the GreyWolves. So 2 outs now here in the top half of the 7th inning. 8-2 your score. Gresham leads Thurston County. That offering a breaking ball from Kyle Scott. And that one down low, that one's going to be called ball number 1. And here's the 1-0 offering as Scott, a fairly quick worker, almost lost his balance there after that pitch. Stumbles back but regains his balance and awaits the sign from his catcher. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Crawford. Another fastball that Crawford watches paint the outer half of the zone. 2-1 now the count with 2 away here in the top half of the 7th inning. Another fastball misses outside as Crawford watches that one go by him. 3-1 now your count, as the sun has officially set here in a much cooler feel now at Oslund Field, as game time starting temperature was 95 degrees. As that pitch, another one outside to Crawford, as he'll trot on over to first base, and that'll bring Jairus Richards up to the plate now with 2 away here in the top half of the 7th inning. Gresham still on top of Thurston County, 8-2. And once again, thank you so much, fans, for joining us here tonight for this broadcast. Delighted to have you here with us. If you're listening and in the area, come on over to the ballpark here. Check out some good baseball. That pitch from Kyle Scott, another fastball down low, called ball 1. And the 1-0 count now to Scott. From Scott, excuse me. That one's hit foul and back out of play. It's Cole Sullivan up at the plate now, batting for the Senators, working with a 1-1 count with 2 away here in the top half of the 7th inning. As we mentioned just moments ago, Gresham on top of Thurston County, 8-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Gresham with 8 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors. Here's the delivery from Scott. That one a fastball called strike 2. So Scott just 1 pitch away from getting himself out of this inning here now. These Gresham GreyWolves all trying to hone in on their skills, get better over these summer months, so when they join their respective ball clubs back in the fall with their schools, hopefully their coaches will see a lot of improvement. Justin Barkus with a lot of experience coaching summer ball leagues, so he's a guy who knows what it takes, and he's real familiar with what the players' bodies go through on a day-to-day basis. As that breaking ball in the dirt, and they're going to get the runner stuck in a pickle as he slides into second base, and the tag is in time, so 3 away. Time for the stretch here at Oslund Field. The GreyWolves lead at 8-2. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to GreyWolves Baseball.
Don't miss out on all the action from the inaugural season of your Gresham GreyWolves. Join us at Mount Hood Community College for 6 straight games starting Monday night, June 6th through Saturday night, June 11th. All games start at 7:05 p.m. For tickets, call 503-428-5248. That's 503-428-5248. Or visit us online at GreshamGreyWolves.com.
Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Welcome back to Oslund Field, all set for the bottom half of the 7th inning. Gresham GreyWolves lead at 8-2, and I'm still wondering when they're going to let me sing the stretch here at Oslund Field. I don't think it's set up fairly where Evan gets the 7th inning off. I'm trying to sing the stretch here, and they won't let me, so no, I'm just kidding. But 8-2 your score back here at Oslund Field. All GreyWolves here tonight over the Thurston County Senators, as it is number 6 leading things off this inning for the GreyWolves. It's Jeffrey Mitchell Jr. pinch hitting as he reaches base safely on a leadoff base hit to start this bottom half of the 7th inning.
Now pitching for the Gresham GreyWolves, Concordia, number 8, Kyle Henderson.
And that will bring Kyle Henderson up to the plate now for the Gresham GreyWolves, pinch hitting here in this bottom half of the 7th inning. Gresham on top of Thurston County 8-2. Gresham 8 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors. Thurston County 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. As the delivery in there to Jeffrey Mitchell Jr., that one misses outside. The count now 1-0. Still nobody out here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Runner over there on first base for the GreyWolves, trying to add to their 8-2 lead. All the scoring happened early on. We got all 10 runs in the first 3 innings. As the 1-0 pitch there is a fastball. That one misses high and outside. As Mitchell Jr. watches that one go by him. And here's the 1-0 offering. That's a breaking ball. Started off over the middle part of the plate and broke down near the outside part in the dirt. Home plate umpire did call it a strike, so the count now even 1-1. Still nobody out here in this bottom half of the 7th inning. GreyWolves lead at 8-2. Runner at first base will go. There's a chopper hit right over to the third baseman. He catches it cleanly. And the runner at first base had taken off. The throw from the third baseman back over to first base, so A double play, 5 unassisted, over to 1, 5-1 unassisted double play by the third baseman for the Senators, Ryan Connor. And that will bring Ryan Smith, number 13, up to the plate now for the Gresham GreyWolves. 2 outs here in this bottom half of the 7th inning. Gresham on top of Thurston County 8-2. Gresham getting their 8 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors. And here's the offering. There's a breaking ball. That one starts in near the hands of the batter and breaks on the inner third half of the plate, inner third part of the plate. In there for a strike. So the count now even at 1-1, 2 outs here in the 7th inning. GreyWolves up to bat. GreyWolves trying to start their season out 2-0. This is the final game of a 2-game set here on the weekend between the Gresham GreyWolves and Thurston County Senators. As Mitchell Jr. watches that pitch in the dirt. 2-1 the count now. And the 2-1 offering. There's a fastball on the outer third of the plate, called strike. So 2-2 the count now even, with 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That pitch, a fastball, chopper over to the third baseman who fields it cleanly. Throw over to first base in time. That'll retire the side. So the score still 8-2. We'll head to the 8th inning. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're listening to Gresham GreyWolves baseball.
Bum, ba-da-dum, da-da-dum. You are in a quest full of danger and excitement. Your path clouded by deception and dead ends that could cost you dearly. You have to fight off dangerous snakes and vicious jackals, savage headhunters and shark-infested waters. You don't know who to trust. And all you want is to buy a new car. I'm Bess Wills at Gresham Ford, and getting the car or truck you need doesn't have to be a dangerous adventure of epic proportions. At Gresham Ford, you won't find any snakes, weasels, or other predators, and you don't have to worry if you are going to get pillaged. All dealers pay the same for the cars they sell. We just help you get the new or used vehicle you need without all the drama. If you want an adventure full of shady characters, crooked deals, and nasty vermin, go to the movies. If you want to get the best built cars and trucks in America, come to Gresham Ford. We'll all donate $100 to the church or charity of your choice with every vehicle you purchase at Gresham Ford. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
All set for the 8th inning of play here at Oslund Field. Welcome back. I'm Alex Yavarski, where the Gresham GreyWolves lead the Thurston County Senators 8-2 here heading into the top half of the 8th. And Gresham now 6 outs away from starting the season 2-0. And what an interesting story for the pitcher we have out on the mound now. It's Will Matheson, the only high school player on this Gresham GreyWolves roster. He has committed to play ball at Stanford in the fall of 2016, so trying to hone in on his skills here this summer, sharpen up, so he'll be polished when he heads into Stanford this fall. So Will Matheson, the right-handed pitcher, 6'6", got plenty of height on him. And he's got a few pitches he can throw himself. See a couple off-speed pitches thrown from him in that warm-up, as he will try to retire the side here in this top half of the 8th inning. Leading things off this inning for the Senators, it's going to be number 12. Doesn't look like we have his name listed on the roster. As Will Matheson with the first pitch. There's a fastball. That was a steamer. You could hear that one hit the glove of the catcher, but just inside. 1-0 the count here for the start of the top half of the 8th inning. Here's the offering from Will Matheson. Another fastball. That one looked like it was low and outside, but the home plate umpire calls that one strike one, so the count now even at 1-1. Nobody out, nobody on here in the top half of the 8th inning. A big swing and no contact made, as that will bring the count now to 1-2. as Will Matheson not wasting too much time in between pitches. And the wind-up delivery from Matheson. There's another fastball, and that'll sit him down. So one away here now in the top half of the eighth.
Now hitting for the Senators, number 25, Austin Gilbert.
And that will bring Austin Gilbert up to the plate now for the Thurston County Senators. Awaiting the pitch from Matheson, and we've seen all fastballs here so far from Matheson, and this kid's got a live arm. I mean, he has got some heat on that fastball there. As he awaits the sign from his catcher, here's the 0-1 pitch. Another fastball. That one's chopped foul down the left field line. Scooped up by the third baseman, Michael Breen, who flips it on over back to his pitcher, who will then ask for a new baseball. And he'll get his wish granted. 0-2 the count with one away, nobody on here in the top half of the eighth inning. The Gresham GreyWolves lead at 8-2. That ball smacked into center field. A line shot right to the center fielder, Ryan Smith, who makes the catch. 2 away now in the top of the eighth inning. So that will bring Ryan Connor, the third baseman, up to the plate now for the Thurston County Senators. And I have been very impressed with what I've seen so far out of this kid, Will Matheson, the senior in high school.
Attention GreyWolves fans, the concessions will be closing in 10 minutes.
Matheson, 6'6", 200-pound. He goes to West Lynn High School right here in Oregon. As that first pitch misses the strike zone, 1-0 the count now to Ryan Connor. Here's the 1-0 offering from Matheson. There's a fastball fired in there for a strike. That'll even the count up now at 1. And we've seen nothing but straight gas here so far from Will Matheson. That pitch swung on and missed. And it looked like, Ryan Connor a little late swinging at that pitch. Now 2-2. Bases empty, 2 away here, top half of the eighth inning. Gresham on top of Thurston County, 8-2 still. As the offering from Matheson, there's a fastball, just misses the outer third half of the plate. So that'll run the count now to full 3-2. As O'Connor conducts himself, steps back into the batter's box. Here's the delivery from Matheson. A fastball swung on and missed. That'll retire the side. So a 1-2-3 inning from Will Matheson. The Stanford product still 8-2 after 8.5 innings of play. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're listening to Gresham GreyWolves Baseball.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Probably the last time we'll see the Gresham GreyWolves up to bat here tonight, as they lead at 8-2 here for the start of the bottom half of the eighth inning. Thurston County got off to an early lead in the top half of the first inning after loading the bases. Case and Cunningham got out of that jam, just giving up 1 run in that top half of the first. Gresham added 2 runs of their own in the bottom of the second inning, but it wasn't long before Thurston County came and tied it up back in the third inning at 2 apiece. And then in the bottom of the third, that's when things got interesting. Started off by a Drew Curtis 3-run bomb. And boy, oh boy, he got a hold of that fastball that he took yard. So we're almost set here for the bottom half of the eighth inning. Once again, Gresham on top of Thurston County, 8-2. Sun is officially set. Lights are on in full effect here at Oslund Field. Clear blue skies still, and it's a picture-perfect night for baseball here on the campus of Mount Hood Community College. Welcome back. I'm Alex Yavarski. Thank you so much for joining us once again here tonight, as we will be here with you all season long, following along with each and every game the Gresham GreyWolves play, not only here at home at Oslund Field, but we'll be traveling on the road with them as well. Once again, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, GreyWolves will get an off day tomorrow, and then they'll start a 3-game homestand against the Cowlitz Black Bears. Grey Wolves start the season off with an 8-game homestand. Thurston County in 2 of the first 8 slots. Leading things off this inning for the Gresham GreyWolves.
Batting for the Grey Wolves,
It's number 24,
Jack Bauer.
Jack Bauer, up to bat now. So Jack Bauer, a 5'8", 180-pound freshman from Vancouver, Washington. He smacks that one high and deep into right field, and that one's going to get down, a fair ball as the right fielder struggled to come up with it, and Bauer will head in over to second base, and he will get there safely. So what looked like a can of corn out there in right field ends up being a leadoff double for Jack Bauer, as Mason Stoudemire could not get his glove on that one in time, as that one fell fair, right in fair territory, right down there, down the right field line. So a runner on second base with nobody out, and that brings up number 5, Jordan Barkus, for the Gresham GreyWolves. Still nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Gresham on top of Thurston County 8-2. That first pitch offering in there for a strike. Looked like an off-speed pitch that started off up high. Found its way down near the dirt. 0-1. As the pitcher awaits the sign from his catcher, he stepped off the bump momentarily. Now it looks like he's ready. Here's the 0-1 offering. Jordan Barkus watches another strike go by him. The count now 0-2, nobody out. Runner over there on second base. That's Jack Bauer. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one in the dirt, as Barkus watches that one go by him. 1-2 the count now, still nobody out. Gresham on top of Thurston County 8-2. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. No score in the middle 3 innings. It was an eventful first 3, as all 10 runs from both teams here tonight came in those first 3 innings. Gresham with 8 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors. Meanwhile, Thurston County with 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. That pitch swung on, a chopper over to the shortstop, who fields it cleanly over to first base in time, so 1 away, but the runner from second base, who is Jack Bauer, will advance over there to third. So a runner now at third base, 1 away here, bottom 8th inning, and that will bring Will Matheson, Mark Mumper up to the plate, the leadoff batter for the Gresham GreyWolves. Mumper with an impressive night here tonight. You know, I can't explain enough. Mark Mumper with a real small frame, but anytime he makes contact, that ball really flies, as he gets a hold of one there out there into center field, and that one's going to stay up just enough for Jordan Ackerman out there in center field to field it cleanly. So 2 away now in the inning. And that will bring number 28 up to the plate now for your Gresham GreyWolves.
Now coming to the plate, number 28, Connor Zickafoos.
And that is Connor Zickafoos up to bat now for the GreyWolves. Another good crowd here on hand at Oslund Field tonight for game number 2 of 2 in this 2-game weekend set. As the pitch, a breaking pitch which failed to get any movement on it, misses way outside, 1-0 the count. So the GreyWolves will have an off day tomorrow before playing 6 more home games next week, as that one's hit high in the air, foul territory, and under it to make the catch is the third baseman Ryan Connor. So we'll head to the 9th inning of play. Gresham still on top of Thurston County 8-2. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Gresham GreyWolves Baseball.
Finding the right dentist for your young children can be challenging. At Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the importance of helping your child feel comfortable in the dental chair. Since 2007, Dr. Jiyoung Lee has helped many young patients in the Gresham area, and she can help your child too. Request your appointment today at GreshamPediatricDentistry.com.
Parents and kids, the Grey Wolves coaches and players will be conducting a baseball camp from July 20th through July 22nd for players ages 5 through 16 at Mount Hood Community College. Your young ball players will receive outstanding instruction in pitching, hitting, infield, outfield, base running, and much more. The cost is just $45 per camper. For more information on the camp, log on to GreshamGreyWolves.com and go to camp registration. Learn from the very best ball players. Your Gresham GreyWolves.
Back here at Oslund Field, Alex Yavarski joining you. We're here in the 9th inning where the Gresham GreyWolves lead it 9-2 over the Thurston County Senators. And a new pitcher up on the bump now for Gresham. It's going to be Jake Boyd, the right-handed pitcher from Lynn Benton Community College. Jake Boyd grew up just south of here in California. He's currently a sophomore, heading into his junior year this fall. And we'll get to see him pitch for the first time this season for the Grey Wolves, as they are 3 outs away from starting the season 2-0, trying to sweep this weekend set against the Senators. And leading things off this inning for Thurston County, actually the 3 hitters this inning for Thurston County, it's going to be Drew Curtis, Nick Schneider, or excuse me.
Now batting for the Senators, number 24, Will Dawson.
Will Dawson pinch hitting now for the Senators. Grey Wolves 3 outs away. Here's the first pitch, a little submarine delivery, as that pitch misses the zone outside. 1-0 the count. And Jake Boyd with the delivery, another fastball. That one finds the zone. 1-1 the count now. And the most unique delivery we've seen tonight is from Jake Boyd. Like we said, he's got that submarine style of pitching, as that pitch is swung on, a chopper over to the second baseman. Barkus there to field it cleanly, throws it over to first base in time, 1 away. 9-2, Gresham on top of Thurston County here, 1 away in the top half of the 9th inning. Gresham trying to escape out of here with another victory, stay undefeated on the season.
T.R. Doty.
So after this weekend set, Gresham gets the day off tomorrow, and then they'll start interleague play, as that offering from Boyd misses the zone. 1-0 the count. And that delivery swung on and missed. Count now even at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 delivery from Jake Boyd, swung on and missed on the high cheese. 1-2 the count now, 1 away in the top half of the 9th inning. Gresham still on top, 9-2, after getting one more run to their lead in the bottom half of the 8th inning, as Jake Boyd sends that batter down on strikes. 2 away now. And Gresham, the Senators, now down to their final out of the night here at Oslund Field.
Now batting, number 15.
And it will be their leadoff hitter, Elijah Collins, trying to keep the Senators' night alive with 2 away here in the top of the 9th, as that pitch from Boyd in there for a strike. Another fastball finds the zone. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 delivery from Boyd, a breaking ball that fails to find its way back into the zone. Started in near the hands of Elijah Collins. Didn't get quite the break that Jake Boyd wanted it to get. Now the count even at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 offering from Boyd, another breaking ball outside. 2-1 now the count. On deck for the Senators, if Elijah Collins can reach base safely, it'll be Jordan Ackerman. As Collins awaits the 2-1 offering. That one swung on, chop foul back near the fence. And that brings the count now even to 2-2. So Gresham GreyWolves still trying to establish themselves in the West Coast League, and what better way to do it than to start off the season 2-0 as the count now runs full to Elijah Collins. And here's the payoff pitch, a check swing, and they're going to say he didn't hold up, so that'll do it. Strike number 3, and the Gresham GreyWolves escape tonight's game with a 9-2 victory over the Thurston County Senators. So Gresham now 2-0 on the young season. Gresham getting 9 runs on 11 hits and 3 errors. Thurston County with 2 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. Once again, Gresham escapes tonight with a 9-2 victory as your final score. Thurston County now 0-3 on the season. Gresham 2-0. We'll have the day off tomorrow before joining you right back here Monday for a 3-game series which starts against the Cowlitz Black Bears. Hopefully you guys will join us. We want to thank you once again for joining us tonight. For Alex Yavarski and the rest of our staff here at Oslund Field, saying goodnight and so long. Until next time, folks, you've been listening to Gresham GreyWolves Baseball.
Thanks for listening to Gresham GreyWolves Baseball. Presented by Active Family Chiropractic, Edward Jones, Gresham Ford, Gresham Pediatric Dentistry, the Gresham Police Officers Association, Lucky Pint, Metro East Web Academy, Northwest Accounting Partners, Olympic Gym, Riverview Community Bank, and State Farm. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And be sure to join us at Mount Hood Community College for GreyWolves Baseball, or catch the games live online at GreshamGreyWolves.com.